And we welcome you inside the Eagan Civic Arena. We get set for South Suburban Conference play. The Apple Valley Eagles coming to take on your Eagan Wildcats. Once again, my name is Mike Cook. Once again, happy to be joined by Nathan Cron. Nathan, we look at the Wildcats gathered around Triglav Valley in the net. Wildcats, huge win a couple days ago over at Shakopee.
It was a huge win here for the Wildcats at Shakopee. 7-4 the final. A number of seniors broke their duck and got goals. Lockenmeyer, Wedward, and Cron all tallying for the Wildcats. 8 players with points against a Shakopee team that tried to play with the Wildcats for a little while, but ended up just getting shell-shocked in the late second and early third period. And so Coach Todd Carlson has demonstrated, to these guys have shown themselves that they can play with any team here in the South Suburban Conference. They just need to be able to do it consistently. They need to step up and answer the bell when they're faced with competition.
Yeah, you mentioned that dominant third period in Shakopee last Saturday. It was shots were 13-5 in favor of the Wildcats, 4-1 in goals. So a 3-3 game quickly went in Eagan's favor. Apple Valley, on the other hand, they come in. They are struggling. They're at 1-4-1 on this year. Their win was back in game number 1, and they did have a tie at Shakopee a week ago. But that was a very football score, like 6-6. So for the Chris Sikic-led Eagles, defense has been a problem as of late, as they've allowed 16 goals in their last 3 games. Granted, that was the 2 Lakevilles and Shakopee. Again, Apple Valley be wearing I guess we'd call it yellow, kind of a goldish, moving left to right across your TV screen. And Eagan, of course, in the home whites, moving right to left. Just underway here in the Eagan Civic Arena. South Suburban play. This is Britt leading the rush for Apple Valley. He is their top goal scorer on the year. Devin Britt, we'll call that name a lot tonight for the Eagles. Actually, line change upcoming for the Wildcats. Cats are actually down a couple of players tonight due to illness. Defenseman Lance Murray is going to be out tonight. He's normally paired with Nicholas Cron and Peyton Jensen, who's kind of been like that 5th defenseman this year. Also out with illness for the Wildcats, which gives Keaton Ori and Justin Schreiber their first opportunities to get some varsity action as a Wildcat. Okay, just underway here in the Civic Arena. Here comes Apple Valley near side, taken out of the play. That's going to go deep behind the Wildcat net, where Barbado picks it up. He had a tally the other night down in Shakopee. One of many, you said, of 8 different players with points. Here's Wedward down the left side. He actually dumps it in as he's going to head off. Coach Carlson making a change. Coming off the bench, that's Phillips coming in hot, 25 for the Eagan Wildcats. And Cats are going to be forced to regroup. Briskison, Maxine Briskison, number 9, on defense for the Wildcats.
Now, Apple Valley Eagles got away with one there, Mike Cook. I think they had too many men on the ice, but they managed to get away with it. Briskison now at the point, and we're going to see what he can do now, paired up getting some regular shifts here with Cron.
Absolutely. Good battle at the half wall in front of the Apple Valley student section. They were vocal earlier. Good crew making their way up from just off of 140th there in Hayes. Castle going to send it back out. Maxine from way out. That shot was tipped. That was steered aside that time by Jackson Gilmore, getting the start tonight between the pipes for the Eagles. The junior for Apple Valley is number 30. Cass keeping the pressure on as they change behind the play. Going in all alone is Cron. He gets knocked off the puck briefly that time by Kreitzman. And can the Cats keep it in far side? They cannot, and they'll be forced to regroup. Britt with the aggressive forecheck for Apple Valley. We said he's one to watch tonight. LaValle with his first big stop of the night. First shot on goal officially for the Eagles. Cats getting a little dangerous there. Got away with one.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Wildcats be a little more decisive with that puck and do a good job of making sure that they abide by the mantra of safety first. Triglav Valley, as he makes a nice stop there, his Pika was tied up in front of the net, that time with a Valley offensive player, but the defense has got to be looking at this as safety first.
And we finally get a whistle as LaValle able to fall on that puck, but awesome pressure that time by the Apple Valley Eagles. I think that was Ethan Doors that he stuffed on the doorstep.
It was, and Devin Britt was down there, as you've already said his name 2 or 3 times tonight, Mike Cook. He was down there as well.
Cats have got Hanson out there. Henry Martin is out there right now for the Wildcats. There's Cam Roth as well. Actually, there's with Wedward and Roth. Cam Roth, number 23. Keep an eye on him. We talk about a kid that's ready to score. He had 3 goals, I think, in the first 2 games, and he's been shut out since. So you know he is due. Had some opportunities. And we will have an icing against the Eagan Wildcats. With 3:45 gone in this one. Early stages here on ETV. Your home for Wildcat Sports.
Key early on for the Wildcats is going to be to put shots on the goalie, shots on Gilmore, and see what he's made of. He conceded 6 goals against Shakopee on Tuesday. So, presumably the Wildcats should have an opportunity here to get a few against Gilmore. The question is, can they make it stand up?
Yeah, Gilmore, his stats, he's got a .539 goals against average, .846 on the save percentage. 0-3 is his record, but Apple Valley's 1-4-1 overall. Gilmore will play it behind his net. Aggressive forecheck that time by the Wildcats. Barbato back at the point, directing traffic, and Valley's going to send it out far side, out near their own bench, and they're going to bring it into the zone. Hustling in is Hatfield, number 6. Hudson Hatfield with an opportunity for Apple Valley.
Nice play by Barbato.
There's shot LaValle, and he makes the big save that time.
As long as LaValle sees him, Mike, he's going to have a good opportunity to save him. And that time he had nothing in front of him. And I think the challenge with LaValle is when he gets traffic or when he's got somebody in his doorstep or in his lap, that's when he's going to have some problems. If Wildcats can keep him clean, he's going to give him a great chance to win this hockey game.
As Ranning against Doyle on the draw, controlled briefly in the Wildcat zone, but here comes Eagan the other way. Lockenmeyer, backhand, tries to send it across. Couldn't quite get to Doyle. Gly in there as well, number 27 from his right wing position. There's Doyle down into the corner, battling. Going to send it low for Lockenmeyer into the far corner. Back behind the net, Valley trying to regroup. 5 minutes gone by in this one. We remain scoreless. Valley looking for that long outlet pass. They've got it. Here's Gores. Nice job by Cron on the back check.
Cron and Brischkeisen were beaten that time, and Cron with a smart stick that time. And when I say smart, he didn't take a penalty. He didn't haul him down. He did a good job of making contact sufficient to break up the play.
Here comes Apple Valley again. 2-on-1. No, they were offside. Dominic Priest in just a little bit on that right wing spot, but again, Apple Valley creating another good opportunity for themselves. Face-off will be out just outside the Wildcat blue line. As you look at the Apple Valley bench, Chris Sickich, the man, second from the right there with the dark hair. Member of that 96 title squad down at Apple Valley High School.
That's a hand pass. I'm not sure what the referees were thinking.
I was thinking that
That's
same
an
thing.
absolute easy hand pass call. I'm not sure what. God, I'm not sure what the referees are thinking there.
There's Pika behind the net for the Wildcats. He's tied up with an Apple Valley. Out in front, just missing that time. It was Apple Valley. Didn't quite catch the number on that player.
It was 16 Priest, and he absolutely should have scored there. That should have been on net and should have been a scoring opportunity. He's going to be kicking himself when he gets back to the bench.
Leighton also aggressive forecheck for the Wildcats, and they cannot keep it in far side. Regroup near side with Pika. He's ridden out right at center by Britt. Cats need to tag back up. There they go. And Valley looks to bring it out on their own from their side. They'll send it through center. Here's Britt. He eludes Phillips with a nice move. And just offsides were the Eagles. Adam Wiggins that time, I believe, just a step over on the right wing as well.
And not making life easy on your teammate when you're offsides. But something that's going to make life a little bit easier on some families here in the Eagan and in this area is the Open Door Pantry food drive on Thursday, December 23rd. At the varsity and JV games, we'll have a table set up taking donations to help out the Open Door Pantry, which is an important resource for families in need. So if you are attending the game or can stop by, please help us out.
Kept in that time by Valley from way out. LaValle kicks that one aside. There's an easy penalty call. And going to sit for Apple Valley. I believe that was Arndt with the penalty. Time of the infraction will be 6:34.
Forgive me, Mike, not a good penalty for Arndt. I mean, taking it in the offensive zone, Martin's going away from him, Martin is going to get to the puck first, but there's really no risk there. There's no risk of a breakaway, no risk of a scoring opportunity for Eagan. And once again, Henry Martin, part of that third line, Mike, that I know that the Hanson Martin Phillips line, thank you, that has been so good this year. There's Henry Martin causing problems for the opposition.
We talk about that group being good. The Eagan power play thus far has been just the opposite. Eagan power play this year picking at a meager 4.3%. 1 for 24 is the Wildcat power play this year. But we talked to Coach Carlson the other night, and he said, hey, they're getting opportunities, but that doesn't mean they may not move some guys around later to try different things and see what happens.
Yeah, the Wildcats had a good power play against, a couple of good power plays against Prior Lake in terms of Shakopee on Saturday due to zone time. But they didn't get a lot of shots or scoring opportunities.
And Cats will be forced to regroup. All the way down to the valley.
Yeah, like right there, Mike. I mean, they had a fair amount of zone time in nearly the first minute here for the Wildcats, but no shots on goal of note.
Cats can't control the neutral all the way back down. Power play is half over. And another penalty. No, they're not going to call that one. Student section was looking for one.
I think I was looking for one too.
Here's Cron on the rush. Cron, backhand, Hockenmeyer, and count it. Lockenmeyer 1-0 Wildcats.
Oh, Alex Lockenmeyer, he scored his first 2 goals of the season on Saturday. You would think he would have gotten that celly just right. Nice job by Cron bringing it across, comes through the defender, loses it, but then throws it on his backhand. And look at Lockenmeyer bury it in the back of the net. 1-0 to the Wildcats. That's what the Wildcats needed. And Mike, that's a power play goal.
I take back what I said about that meager power play.
Well, you can keep calling it meager all you like, as long as it keeps scoring goals for the Wildcats. I think Coach Todd Carlson and the Wildcats will take it.
Absolutely, 1-0 in favor of the Eagan Wildcats. Some joy on that Wildcat bench. You see Coach Carlson there in the middle. For sure, Cron is going to get an assist, and I don't know if there'll be a second one. We'll have to wait for the official word from Nick Johnson as Gilmore covers up a puck just to the side of the Apple Valley cage. Here's the official announcement. And Barbado going to get an assist as well on that goal.
Wildcats have to smell blood right now, Mike. They've got an opportunity. They can get up early on the Eagles. The Eagles might struggle with coming back into this game.
Back across, Egan's going to get the puck. Wedward, he loses the puck in neutral, goes off past Pika. Here comes Apple Valley the other way. 2-on-2 potential. Wiggins, and he fanned on that shot. I just said fanned on it, didn't get much wood on that shot. We're halfway through this opening period. 1-0 Wildcats. Lockenmeyer with a tally moments ago. And the Cats, when they break it out, they're going to dump it all the way down. Should be an icing, and indeed it is. 8:11 to go.
Need a little more imagination there from the Wildcats. They had that opportunity was pregnant with possibilities, and they didn't create anything out of it. They had a great opportunity to get an odd man rush up the ice, and that time flipping it forward it cleared the zone, and so I shouldn't complain about that, but it didn't. You might have missed out on an offensive opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, a little too much oomph on that puck coming out. Here's Lockenmeyer for the Cats. Has a backhanded ahead. Cats are on sides. That's Phillips, I believe, down in the corner for the Wildcats. Yeah, number 25. 13 helping out is Matt Hansen. And of course, their line mate is 12, Henry Martin, who what do we describe Henry as? Kind of almost like a pest out there?
I called him the pest. I'm not sure that his mom would appreciate that, but to me, he's like an undersized guard in football. He's what we call in football an ankle biter. He's one of those guys who's constantly on you, constantly grinding, constantly causing problems for the other team. And Henry will chip in a goal. He'll also take a penalty occasionally if he needs to, and he's not afraid to stand up for his teammates. And so in that respect, it's a lot of fun to watch him play.
Yeah, I think this entire trio, he and Phillips and Matt Hansen, have been very, very solid thus far for the Wildcats. And they go to the zone again. Jack Benoiken back deep for Apple Valley. 1-on-2, I believe that's Lockenmeyer Or no, check it. That was Hansen in for the Wildcats all the way down. Should be an icing. And indeed it is.
A smart play there by the Apple Valley Eagles. There was extended offensive zone pressure from the Wildcats, and they did a nice job that time of getting rid of the puck and getting it out of the zone. Take the icing. I think taking the icing sometimes is a little bit underrated. Getting the opportunity to change players and reset your defense is very, very important.
Cats win the draw. It's going to go. Never got through off of traffic. Goes into the corner where Apple Valley is going to be forced to regroup with the puck. I think that's Nick Lindeback. They're trying to get a long outlet past the wing. They got him. He's onside. Quick shot. That goes wide of the cage. Another golden opportunity for the Golden Brown. Here comes 27 for the Wildcats. That's Gley. Lockenmeyer, Barbado, stops at the half wall. Gets a big hit over there from Lynch. Cats controlling again in that Apple Valley zone. Lockenmeyer trying to get it in front. Nobody there wearing white, but Barbado chases it down, dumps it back low for the Cats. Up front. And Gilmore with the big save that time and off the shot from the dot.
Wiggins on the breakaway. Here he is in on Triglav Valley. To be honest with you, he's got to be kicking himself because he knows he needs to get that on frame. Now, again, even if LaValle's a good player, LaValle's a good goalie, you're not always going to score in a situation like that, but you've got to put it on frame. You've got to create an opportunity for a rebound and a scoring opportunity.
And if you're going to bet on an Apple Valley player to score, Wiggins would be a pretty good one. 4 goals, 3 assists this year. That means second behind Devin Britt in goals. And he's got 7 points, or third best on the team behind Britt and Emmett McIntosh. Tried to dump it in that time as Apple Valley battled 2-on-2. And the Cats go the other way with Wedward. Wedward's going to give chase down into the zone. He and Hatfield go into the boards behind the net. 5:45 to go. 1-0 Cats here in the first period. Wedward, good battle in there with a couple Apple Valley players.
I like that move by Wedward. He's fast enough that he can dump it in and then chase it and often win the race to that puck. It's a nice job that time by Wedward.
Goes wide of the Valley. Cats, can they dump it out quick? They do, but is it going to go too far? It should be an icing, and indeed it is with 5:24 to go here in the first. Hey, just a reminder, Cats have one more home game before the holiday break. They're going to be here Thursday night. Non-conference action against the Owatonna Huskies. Alumni night as well. And as you said, open door pantry benefit that night, so be sure and bring a non-perishable item to help out your fellow Eaganite. 7 o'clock game time here in the Civic Arena. And that will also be on Eagan TV for those of you that can't make it. Long shot again. LaValle makes the big save.
Needs to be better communication between LaValle and Pika, and I think it's Barbado out there. They did a really good job at Prior Lake, but watch, the puck's turned over a couple of times here, and LaValle does a nice job smothering that up and not allowing a rebound, but that really shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Another quick whistle.
In our first intermission, Mike Cook, we're going to have the Eagan Youth Hockey Little Chippers. We're going to have the Avalanche and the Golden Knights. And we will keep the cameras on, I believe, for that game. So if you're a mom or a dad or a grandma or grandpa who can't be here to watch your little chipper, pay attention to the first intermission.
I heard from a little birdie that there was some smack talk between those teams going on beforehand.
There's probably some smack talk, although I think they're going to be very, very delicate about how they go about things because Santa Claus may be making an appearance. I'm not kidding. We may have Santa Claus making an appearance. That was a big hit by Goyle.
And LaValle, boy, he took that one off the mask, stays right there. But Apple Valley, again, nice job of keeping on the pressure. Try to get it in front, couldn't quite connect. I think that was Hatfield pinching in low. No, check that. That was 16 Prees down low.
Gley's got, go ahead, forgive me, Mike Cook. Gley's got to get that puck out.
Valley's going to keep it in. Big hit and up into the netting. And that was Lockenmeyer that leveled one of the Apple Valley defenders back at the point. Might have been Martinson on the receiving end of that big hit. But both teams are going to put a fresh 5 out. 7-6 shots on goal in favor of the visitor right now. Valley's going to have the Wiggins, Jace Larson, and Sam Arndt line out. Cats counter with their line of Wedward and company.
This is the line you definitely want if you're an Apple Valley fan. You want this line on the ice when you're in the attacking zone. And so I think Coach Serge, that's a targeted attempt to get them out on the ice in an offensive zone attack situation.
Face-off would be to the left of Trigg LaValle. Trigg, they call him, his nickname is Triggatron.
Triggatron?
Triggatron, it says. Woodward, can he poke it out? No, kept in nicely that time by Hatfield for the Eagles, but it eventually does squirt out. Cron punches it up the center. Roth gets in a collision there with an Apple Valley player, and the Eagles going to head to the bench. I believe that was Larson. Cats controlled in front of their own bench, tried to dump it out, kept in, a hit of Apple Valley player on the way out. And this time it does come out. Redward for the Wildcats tries to control. Valley pokes it in, and a nice play there by Gores. And LaValle wisely comes out and dives on that loose puck.
That's the senior, right? I mean, that's the senior Mike Cook. That's Trigg LaValle, the senior. Watch this play here by LaValle. That puck's dribbling in, and his defender might get there, might have committed a hook there, but he's going to get away with it. It's a gentle hook, I guess, if you want to call it that. The big thing is Trigg LaValle making a decisive decision there to bail out his defense.
There's a post and in, and it's a 1-1 hockey game. Little Carter Ranning with the goal, and a little message from the Eagan student section as he skated over by the glass.
That's one of the joys of high school hockey. Nice backhand by Carter Ranning. It went by, looks like Barbado. Looks like it went around Barbado to get into LaValle's net. And LaValle didn't. I'm not sure LaValle saw that puck. He saw the puck coming his way generally, but I don't think he saw it anywhere close to the net. LaValle's got to be, LaValle's got to be a little frustrated by that because he's played well here in the first period.
Well, he's had to right now. I was going to say, I think Apple Valley said, 3 or 4 guys that have either gone in alone or almost gone in alone. Couldn't quite pick up the call on the assist, but we'll get that between periods for you. Long shot all the way in. And in comes Apple Valley. McIntosh. Up ahead, Britt. Kevin Britt. Nice defensive play by Barbado. He and Britt go into the corner. The Eagles are just buzzing right now.
Yeah, the Eagles have definitely taken over the momentum here late in this first period. Wildcats need to close down the distance between them and the Eagle offensive players when they're in the zone. Need some faster decisions also by the Wildcats. Wildcats need to do a good job of getting that puck out quickly.
Centered in front, Cats were in the middle of a line change. Kept in, long shot. That goes high and wide. That went off the stick of Brishkisen. I'm going to get that
before the season's over.
Let's go back to Maxime again. Leighton Olson with a big hit there right in front of the Apple Valley student section. He and Jack Benoiken exchanging pleasantries. In deep for the Wildcats. Can they get something going here inside 2 minutes to go in this opening period? Maxime's going to go low. Number 9 for the Wildcats. Stop. Pivots, loses the puck as he was outmanned 1-on-2 in the corner. Wedward comes in to give him a little hand. Out in front, couldn't get it up to Olson, who was tied up nicely by an Apple Valley defender. And Cron and the Cats to regroup. 94 seconds to go in this period. 1-1 hockey game. Lockenmeyer for the Cats. Carter Ranning for the Eagles. Try to poke it out. It does squirt out across. And Larson to regroup for the Apple Valley Eagles. He'll get it back in his own zone. Going to send it rink wide far side just in front of the Wildcat bench, where Peak is actually going to pick it up for the home team.
If you're Coach Surdich, you got to like what the Eagles have done here. They've done a nice job of coming back into this game. And to be honest with you, it looked like the momentum was early on, was really with the Wildcats, and they've really come back into this game and created a real contest. And so the Wildcats are going to have to talk at the intermission here about, hey, how are we going to get that momentum back on our side? As I said earlier, if the Wildcats had put a couple more in, I wonder if the Eagles, how they'd respond. They've responded just fine.
So We're inside a minute to go here in the opening period. And quickly covered up that time by Gilmore. That'll be save number 7 for the Apple Valley netminder. Face-off will come to his right. You know, the first period has been a struggle this year for Apple Valley. They've been outscored, well, now 12-4 in the opening 17 minutes. So they've got to feel pretty good after not having a rough start in this one. Backhanded in deep, Lockenmeyer in there for the Wildcats. A little bit more physical play this game than I think games past that we've seen. Barbado, he loses the blade behind the net. Centered out in front. And the Valley over there to guard that post. Priest tried to poke one home.
What a save by Trigla Valley. Barbado falls down behind the net. Loses an edge. Watch this. Barbado loses an edge right here, goes down.
It was just before then, I believe.
Yep, the puck comes across, and LaValle slides away to take away Priest's shot. Nicely done by Trigla Valley.
Now when that hit his own man coming on the way through. So the Wildcats might be able to escape this period with a 1-1 tie. Wedward's going to chase it in deep. He's watched down there by Hatfield. Quick shot, sent it all the way across, nobody home. And we will go to the intermission with a 1-1 hockey game. The Apple Valley Eagles and the Eagan Wildcats. Shots on goal, Apple Valley had 10, Eagan had 8.
Are you following ETV on social media? Make sure you follow them on Twitter and Facebook for game updates, local stories, and more. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss a game. Some games are exclusive to YouTube this year because we're broadcasting so many sports and different sports here on ETV. Also, there's a great inventory. Inventory. No, I'm thinking of a word. What is the word I'm looking for? Archive. Thank you. I'm looking for an archive. There's a great archive of all sorts of stuff that you can find there that ETV has done in the past. So if you're looking for things going back a few years, you might even find it there as well. So definitely get connected with ETV on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube there on your screen.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot going on. I know swimming is going on tonight. ETV is broadcasting that. I understand girls basketball is home tonight. Boys basketball is at Eastview tonight. And of course, it's chipper time. Part of the Eagan Mite Prep program, often referred to as mini mites. COVID has not affected the Mite Preps.
It has not affected the Mite Preps. We've got the Avalanche tonight, as I said, and the Golden Knights. Thanks to the great camera work by Joe Chupik and our producer Dalton Gruber in the truck. We've got great camera angles here for you. It looks like Las Vegas will be kicking off.
I think Vegas is on a power play. I count 9 Golden Knights, but just 8 Avalanche.
Well, obviously there's an Avalanche player in the box somewhere, but let's see if these guys can light the lamp a few times.
Actually, it might be 9 on 9, and that's about how many guys just fell down there at center ice.
Lots of big hits out there, Mike Cook.
And I'm not sure many of them are intentional. Nonetheless, we play on.
Well, I don't see any referee raising his arm, so I think we're okay.
Referees put away their whistle. We're in the final 2.5 minutes of this one. We got a tie hockey game.
It's playoff hockey.
Absolutely. You got any of these guys on your fantasy team?
Not on my fantasy team, but I probably might have a few like in my neighborhood.
There you go.
Wildcats doing a nice job of keeping that puck in play.
Big save over there in the corner. I think that was Glai, I believe, with the save. Oh, we got an Avalanche goal.
Did that come off an Avalanche stick, or did that come off a Golden Knight stick, Mike Cook?
We're going to have to go to the replay on that one. We might have to wait for the official word from Mick Johnson on that. Here's the replay.
Here's the replay. I'm not sure we got a nice clearance there. It's intercepted. Big pile up there in the corner. It looks like and it's in the net.
Yeah, I think, was it number 8?
I'm going to give number 8. Yeah, I'm going to give number 8 the goal there. I think that's right. Now, to be honest with you, I don't have the assist. And unfortunately, I have a roster, but I have a roster with no numbers on it.
Well, so far it seems like the Avalanche have had the better offensive opportunity, but this Vegas team, they can be sneaky.
Well, it looks like Vegas is stretching a player up to the top. I mean, it looks like they're trying to create an opportunity. If they get a little ice in front of them, I think they're going to be okay. And this will be the situation where it happens, where all the Avalanche players are down deep, pinching deep. And now as you see a couple Avalanche players come back to the middle center circle and skate around in circles, because I guess that's what you do when you're a Mike prep, right? Great opportunity here for the Eagan Wildcat varsity team, though, to take a knee, think about the game that they were just playing, and have some fun, just enjoy hockey. I mean, one of the things that varsity players, especially seniors, have to do in this season is understand that this is all they get, and an opportunity to take it all in. Watch little kids play hockey with your friends and things like that. No day is promised to any man, and as a result, it's an opportunity to watch the future of Eagan hockey and remember for them their Hallicon days of yore.
We had one the other night here, and I think it was the Sharks and the Kraken, and somebody got a video of all the kids skating off between getting high fives from all the hockey players. Talk about some smiles.
Yeah, did you see that first kid off the ice looked like he had just been elected to something. I mean, that guy's smile was massive. It was great.
I think it was third as number 8. I think it was Swanstrom that had that goal.
Yeah. We'll give it to him. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's an official scoring decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks so much to Eagan Hockey and the Mike Prep program for coming out and giving us the little chippers. It means a lot to the Eagan hockey community, indeed to all the entire community. Opportunities for little kids to be out on the ice with the big kids. And it means a lot to them. It means a lot to the big kids, too. And they're going to get a chance to go get some water, put their helmets back on, go get some water, sit in the locker room, stretch out a little bit.
Little Chipper scored 1 goal in their game. The varsity got 1 goal in the first period. So did Apple Valley. So 1 period gone by. It's the Eagles 1, the Wildcats 1. We're taking a break, and we'll be back for second period action here on ETV.
Great to be a part of Eagan history, something that all 3 of us are very proud of. The population of Eagan is 51% female, so we've worked hard to get our department to reflect the population that we're serving. The foundation of the Eagan Fire Department has been laid by many great men and women, and we have been welcomed here with open arms, very supportive.
You have that family aspect with your crew. You eat dinner together and you respond to calls together, and really it's just the best job there is.
I encourage all females to pursue a career that they're passionate about, regardless if it's historically been male-dominated, and that it is achievable. Give it a try, see if you're passionate about it, and if you are, you'll succeed.
Our dedicated team of 24 utility staff works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to make sure that we deliver our almost 3 billion gallons of water to you, the residents and commercial businesses inside the city of Eagan. We are always investing and innovating to assure you, the public, get good, clean, quality water at a top value. This is our comprehensive approach to ensure a successful future for us all. In the community, I visit homes and I visit organizations where I get to spend time with children during Christmas. Best Christmas Ever is an organization that's local here that finds people to donate for people in need, and they create what is the best Christmas ever for them. I get to be the Santa Claus for the Oak Hills Church Christmas event, and I get to sit in a sleigh, and I will be there taking pictures with children and handing out candy canes and listening to wishes and just being joyful. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash. I tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away all. As the dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle and mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes they were tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow,
and the beard of his chin was white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Ho, ho, ho! You're watching ETV.
Yes, indeed, you are watching ETV, where we're back at the Eagan Civic Arena. The Apple Valley Eagles, the Eagan Wildcats. Just a quick reminder for all you dads out there, 4 shopping days left, as we saw Santa there momentarily. And I know many of us will be out running around. Again, Mike Cook, joined by Nathan Cron, and I don't know if we'll be part of the duo out racing frantically here, but right now we've got ourselves a 1-1 hockey game between the Eagles and the Eagan Wildcats, and Cats started out strong, but boy, Apple Valley seemed to really take over in this one.
Yeah, Apple Valley did a nice job of coming back in the second part of that first period, kind of showing some urgency, kind of like a lot of guys will be showing as they're doing their Christmas shopping here over the next handful of days before the Christmas holiday hits. The Wildcats have got an opportunity here, but they've got to be smarter with the puck, maybe quicker with the puck in their own end. I got a sense, and you got a sense that the Valley offense really took over when they created mistakes, mistakes and opportunities, because the Wildcats either couldn't clear, or the clearance didn't go where they wanted it to go, or there was a turnover at the blue line, something like that. And so Apple Valley's going to keep looking to counter with that. The Wildcats have just got to be smarter with the puck and put shots on Gilmore.
By the way, Carter Ranning with the goal for Apple Valley. Check between periods. It was an unassisted tally for Apple Valley. Hey, quick opportunity while I get a chance. Let's talk about some of the sponsors here for Eagan Wildcat Hockey this year.
Eagan Hockey would like to thank their sponsors. The following businesses are their sponsorships: AAA Auto and U-Polar Parts, Affinity Plus, Baldman Brewing, DG Willing and MFG, Divine Salon, Gateway Bank, Orange Theory, Rami the Realtor at Coldwell Banker, Sprague Roofing, Summit Orthopedics, and the Urgency Room.
Speaking of somebody that just nearly got an injury, I saw the Apple Valley backup netminder Dominic Johnson comes on the ice, tripped.
Well, once in a while that happens, and you just hope nobody is on. You're not on camera when that happens.
Well, I think the student section saw it, and then of course he played it up. He's like, come on, make more noise, guys. So anyway, a little fun there for the Apple Valley Eagles as the Wildcats head back out onto the ice. Again, we mentioned the Eagan Wildcats. They're going to be home again on Thursday night. Non-conference action against Owatonna. That'll be alumni night as well. And then I know Friday morning there's going to be an alumni get-together here on the ice. Speaking of the urgency room, hopefully nobody has to go to that.
Absolutely not.
Apple Valley, right. they actually have their alumni game on Friday morning as well over at the Apple Valley Arena. And they play, as I go to their, they're in action as well on Thursday night. The Eagles they are going to be hosting Lakeville North. They're at the Apple Valley Arena. North, who they just played last Thursday, got beat by a 5-1 count. So Panthers and Eagles get to see each other once again in a week's time. And then they're going to be, looks like the Valley's going to go up to Duluth for a tournament. They've got Irondale up there on the 28th. We know that much. Cats are going to go to they call it the South St. Paul Classic. I think it's still called, and I believe they have Farmington on, is it Monday the 27th?
It is Monday. That's correct.
An afternoon till 2, I believe.
It is.
So as we start the second period, there's Cron with a big hit. Nearly took out the official in the play as well. Breckison for the Wildcats. As I tried to get clarification on that pronunciation. Cats, they cleared out of their own zone. And here they come, lead the rush briefly, because here comes Valley the other way. It was Priest leading the rush that time for Apple Valley. Puck does come back out, and forcing to regroup is Hatfield, number 6 for the Eagles. He's shadowed by Goyle. Into the boards they go. Oh, just one penalty in that opening period. It was against the Apple Valley Eagles. Cats did score on that power play. And this time the Cats offside. Minute gone by here in the middle frame. I want to mention just before this game, JV action. The Wildcats 4, Apple Valley nothing. Shots on goal officially 52-10 in favor of the Wildcats. So Jack Schneiderhan pitching the shutout in net for the Wildcats, although I heard they said he might have had a couple more saves than just 10, but bottom line is Cats win, and Jack got the shutout. Here's Olsen, way out, and that's right on, giving up the juicy rebound that time, and a goal! Wedward, they're loving that one in Duluth. Tom and Barb watching us from the shores of Lake Superior.
Oh, Tom and Barb are going to be happy about this. Wedward doesn't give up, chips it over Gilmore, and it goes trickling into the net. Nice job by Leighton Olsen putting that on net. Gilmore gives up the rebound, and Wedward, with some fancy lettuce there, tags Gilmore for a second goal. Nicely done that time by what is, I guess affectionately called the second line for the Wildcats, but they keep scoring like that, who knows?
Well, we mentioned a couple of games ago, some of these guys, that once they get that first one, they're going to break out. And we mentioned Wedward as one of them. We mentioned Lockenmeyer. We'll get the official word here from Nick Johnson on the goal.
Well, Wedward broke his, like I said, in the pregame, he scored his first one. Scored his first one on Saturday against Shakopee. An even strength goal. You get a sense that it's going to come in bunches for a guy like Wedward. I mean, he's a streaky scorer. He'll go a couple games without scoring or having much in terms of shots on goal or scoring opportunities, and then out of nowhere with his hustle and his hard work, he's going to create opportunities either for himself or someone else.
Speaking of bunches, Barbado got the assist. That's his second of the night. For Barbado.
Did they give an assist to Leighton Olsen, the guy who took the shot?
No, they just announced Barbado only.
We'll probably have to talk to Nick Johnson at the scorer's table at the end of that period, because Leighton Olsen clearly took the shot from the point that Gilmore spilled for the rebound. That I don't know. I mean, maybe they got the numbers wrong.
Opportunity there coming in was Hatfield for Apple Valley. Eagan player and the official both go down. Out in front, Eagles. Not sure how that did not go in. That went off the stick of, trying to see who that was, charging down the slot for the Eagles.
Eagles definitely want to respond here, Mike. They do not want to let the Wildcats get an opportunity, either get a second goal, a 2-goal lead, or have more momentum.
Centered across, tried to get it to Wedward that time off the stick of number 13, Hansen, and holding on that time wisely is Jackson Gilmore. Hey, we mentioned Tom and Barb Wedward watching us in Duluth. Also want to give a shout out to Lois Shilson checking in tonight from Monticello, another part of the Wedward family. Happy to have you on board here with us on ETV, watching your grandson and great-grandson. Valley looks to bring it out. They're going to send it all the way down. Will it be enough for an icing? No, they wave it off. Cron for the Wildcats, backhand around far side. Tried to be poked out that time by Phillips. Stop spin. First time we've seen Keaton Ory on the ice tonight for the Eagan Wildcats. Sweater number 2.
Yeah, Peyton Jensen also out on the ice there for the Wildcats, number 18. Check that, that's Parker Jensen, 28.
Yeah, I was told Peyton is sick. And he's part of the reason Keaton Ory's got an opportunity tonight. Four minutes gone by in this period. Cats with a lone goal thus far. Gives them that 2-1 lead. Britt thought about shooting. He's going to pass it across far side. That goes just wide of the cage.
Wildcats need to be more aggressive. They're not closing down distance between themselves and the offensive players for the Eagles. Eagles have some opportunities here.
Cron couldn't quite get it to Phillips, and it's going to go back behind the goal line. And Keaton Ory, the sophomore defender for the Wildcats. Kept in that time nicely by Apple Valley. I believe that was Lind back at the point. Indeed it was. Cats thinking about just icing it. They can't even get out of their own zone. Now they do. Long shot, and Jensen rebound. Phillips couldn't quite put it home. Good opportunity for the Cats.
Nice jump there by both Jensen as he comes into your living room. Nice job with the left-handed shot there on Gilmore. Gilmore spills the rebound. Rowan Phillips says, hey, if Dylan Wedward could do it, maybe I can do it too. And doesn't quite get it, but you can see him smiling there like, oh, come on, man. I got to get one of those.
I always love the reaction when these guys just miss. So. You don't think his teammates will give him a hard time, do you?
I don't think his teammates will give him a hard time because I think all of them want to do the same thing. They want to have the opportunity. And now, if the goalie was out of the net and it was completely open and all he had to do was touch the puck to get it in, that would be another issue. But that line, that Phillips, Martin, Hansen line has been very good for this team. And Coach Todd Carlson was telling us about it earlier this week. To have three lines like that can all grind and be productive offensively and defensively really gives him some options.
Well, one of the things he said about Phillips, he mentioned his deceptive speed, and I think you saw it on that last opportunity as he came charging into that zone. Seemingly it felt like he was coming out of nowhere as puck's going to come back into the Apple Valley zone after a hand pass. 11:45 to go.
Yeah, next goal is going to be big, Mike Cook, for both teams. You know, the Eagles need to get back into this game and answer. The Wildcats, who have now taken the lead in shots on goal, as you see there on your screen. Egan's got an opportunity here to, I want to say bury the Eagles, but an opportunity to really make it hard for them to come back.
That one gets whistled wide of the cage. Breckeisen would be along with this shot. Again, he's out there with Cron tonight. Lance Murray is fighting an illness, not COVID, just under the weather. So hope he gets better soon. Here's Kreitzman for Apple Valley. 3-on-3 numbers getting back quickly for the Wildcats. We try to get it back to Lind at the point. No, it's kept in. Olsen is there. Student section looking for a call. Student section is going to be right because Valley's going to get a power play here on the delayed penalty.
Yeah, Apple Valley Hockey Moms also calling for, also looking for a penalty there as Cam Roth came in, and I think watching him here on the replay, it looks like Cam comes in high. Comes in high and his arms are up. Yep, his arms are up and he's high. I think if he keeps his arms down and he just uses his shoulder, he's fine. But he comes in high. There's, I would say head contact, but it's high. It's a high hit. So that's a good call from a safety standpoint. And the Wildcats are going to go to the kill. The Eagles will go to the power play.
And roughing is the official call. So Apple Valley power play, first opportunity tonight for the Eagles. And they'll be forced to start from their own end once again. Apple Valley power play on the young season. I think we still call it a young season. Another opportunity that goes just wide there. Apple Valley 20% on the power play coming into this one. And the Valley, the Trigatron is in there. And a little extracurricular activity. And a little late push there knocks over one of the Wildcats. Boys be boys.
I understand the boys are going to be boys, but the Eagles have got to be careful here. They don't want to take a penalty and even this up. As Mediger fans on it, Pika rides him off the puck. Looks like Barbado there battling with Priest in front of the net. LaValle's on top of it, and there's some pushing and shoving. And you know, if you're Apple Valley, you got to keep your cool here because you don't want to create a situation where the Wildcats somehow get to even this up and go 4-on-4. Take advantage of the 90 seconds of power play time you've got left.
Valley wins the draw. Up top, that hit the Eagan defender on the way through and all the way back down to the goal. Gilmore with a big aggressive play that time by the Wildcats. Henry Martin. What were we saying last period about Martin?
Oh, he's a pest. Look at him. He's a one-man penalty kill. He's just lighting people up down there. Buck's still down there.
And he just drew a penalty.
You could see it coming. Henry Martin under the skin of the Valley player. Valley player just frustrated, couldn't do anything with it. Watch Martin on the right side of your screen. This is after he's already taken the puck away a couple of times. Keeps battling, and now he gets lit up. And now we're going to skate 4-on-4, and the Wildcats are going to have a short 1 minute plus power play.
And it's going to be Ranning that sits for Apple Valley, but I think all you had to do was hear the roar. And I don't think you could hear it. I assume you could hear it on the broadcast. We could hear it in the headsets. It got loud on the Eagan side.
Oh, it did.
How happy they are to see that play by Martin. And Gilmore wisely hangs on. Yeah, that one might show up on a couple of highlight reels.
Absolutely, absolutely. If I'm Henry Martin, I might put that clip on my phone or something. But you know, interesting. The penalty kill that time was 3 forwards and Cron on defense, at least as coming out of that last whistle. So look at this. Look at this
for the Cavs. Benefit shot just missed the cage. It was Wedward from the slot. We play 4-on-4 for another 34 seconds. Deep into the zone. Aggressive play that time by the Wildcats. Poked out, intercepted, coming through. Shot wrister goes just wide. Wedward once again. Barbado tries to get it. That was blocked on the way through by McIntosh. Another opportunity in the slot. The goal! Barbado! That's a goal and 2 helpers tonight.
Oh, Ben Barbado with a nice snipe. Nice job by Dylan Wedward feeding Barbado. Barbado steps in. Nobody in a yellow uniform is pressuring him. It's the same thing as the puck. You see it back in the net. Gilmore, I don't think, saw it.
No, I don't think he did either.
As Leighton Olsen was camped out right in front of the crease. But the same thing that the Wildcats were doing, not stepping up towards the player with the puck or player in the offensive zone. Apple Valley Eagles fell victim of that right there. And it's an even strength goal, so we're going to have more 4-on-4 play for the next 17 seconds, and then the Wildcats are going to have a power play. So it's an even strength goal, Mike Cook.
Yes, it is. I'll be the 4-on-4 variety.
Apple Valley, it's real dangerous right now for Apple Valley. They cannot concede another one here. There's going to be they're going to struggle here, I think, to climb back into this thing.
Well, the other thing is you got to make sure you keep your head. We'll see if they give an assist here. Couldn't quite understand the call on the assist, but we'll find out. Bottom line is 3-1 for the Eagan Wildcats.
Wedward and Olsen with the assists. That Barbado with the goal.
And Eagan is 4 seconds away from going on a power play. And they will have 107 with a man advantage starting right now. But it almost feels like if the Cats can get another one here, that might be it. Lockemeyer, he's going to go deep. We'll send it back out to Barbado. Barbado stops. Far side, Cron. Barbado. From way out, trying to get the tip by Glide. 43 to go in the man advantage. Oh, just missing was Lockemeyer at the right post.
Cron had picked him out. Lockemeyer was right on just on his stick. Nice play.
Lockemeyer, quick shot. Rebound. Doyle, no. Cast from way out. No, just wide.
We got a penalty coming up here on the Eagles, too.
Yep, absolutely. Lockemeyer sends it down low. Lockemeyer gets it back. Rebound. No, he can't quite connect. Again, delayed penalty upcoming on the Apple Valley Eagles. So it's 6-on-4 right now in favor of the Wildcats. Cron. That was Wedward. Can they keep it in far side? Cron does. Tries to poke it ahead. Wedward there of Apple Valley finally touches it.
Oh, mercy on Apple Valley that time. They touched the puck, but look at these shots. Look at these opportunities here at the front of the net. And Lachenmeyer just gets run from behind. That's going to be the penalty. So it's a very short 5-on-3 here opportunity. Basically the puck drop, and then Ranning's going to be coming out of the net, or excuse me, out of the box.
Well, Martinson is the guilty party for Apple Valley. I would imagine they're going to get him on a rough.
Rough for a cross check, yep.
Okay, Apple Valley one man down, all the way out, puck squirts free. Had the Apple Valley man been looking, he would have had an opportunity there for a break. Good aggressive forecheck that time by Apple Valley. That was 21, Britt. Again, Britt's kind of been all over the ice tonight for these Apple Valley Eagles. Cats, I think they might have got away with an offside there. Quick shot, couldn't get it off. That time was Roth. And Valley's going to poke it out and down.
One thing the Wildcats did very well against Shakopee last Saturday was communicate, helping LaValle, or in that case, Glai, know what to do. Glai's got to do a better job. Glai's got to do a better job there of getting that puck out. He turns it over.
There's Lind. Lind, a shot. LaValle gets that left pad out. Nice save.
Wildcats taking too long. Sorry, Mike Cook. I was going to say Wildcats taking too long with the puck. Got to be more decisive and quicker.
Here's Olsen for the Wildcats. Leighton Olsen just missed trying to go top corner.
Leighton Olsen, one of those seniors here for the Wildcats who has not scored yet this year. And look at this save by Trickle Valley. As Lind steps in and puts that on the net. But that's created by Glai turning it over, and they've just got to do a better job.
Here's Cron. Quick catch with Lachenmeyer. Cron from way out high, shot. Had to hit his own man in traffic. I believe that was Goyle down low. Cron hustles over. He'll keep it in right in front of the Wildcat bench. Sends it down low. 35 to go in the man advantage for the Wildcats. Cron from way out, back down low once again. Barbados back there as well. Gets it from Goyle to Cron. Wedward.
Nobody in front of the net here for the Wildcats.
Nope. Barbados thought about it. Since it's going to deep once again. Big hit behind the play. A couple of Eagan fans looking for a call, including most of the student section. Down to 10 to go in the man advantage. Goyle. Lachenmeyer. Lachenmeyer knocked off the puck in the corner. Apple Valley is now back at full strength. Just under 6 minutes to go. 3-1 Wildcats. Goals by Wedward and Barbado this period. Well, looking for that long outlet pass. Barbado kind of got a bit of the intercept and up into the bench of Chris Sikic and the Apple Valley Eagles.
Well, give credit to the Eagles, Mike. I mean, they weathered that relatively long power play string there. And there was a 6-on-4 moment there for a good 15-20 seconds where they were battling 6-on-4. Did not concede a goal. They're still in this hockey game, and that shows real character.
So we got the Kreismeyer, Ranning, and Gores line out right now for Apple Valley. Eagan countering with Martin, Hansen, and Phillips. A little too far that time for Hansen. Valley does tag up, and we shall play on. Good tie up over there on the far side, including Benoiken for Apple Valley. I believe it was he and Phillips. Cats trying to get something reset up here. They come near side. Hansen controls. Actually, Lind is there as well. Nice job by Aaron. Takes out Hansen. Big battle at the blue line. Kudeleksa pushing and shoving. Oh, and we're going to get Valley's going to sit. Not sure if it's going to be Wiggins or Arndt, but one of them's going to go for.
It looks like it's going to be Wiggins.
It's got to be a rough.
Yeah, it's going to be roughing behind the play. Really an opportunity there. You watch here on your screen, right side of your screen. Phillips is tied up there. He's trying to, or that's Hansen, excuse me. He's trying to pull it out, pull his stick out. And that time it's just Wiggins losing his composure. I mean, yeah, that's a situation where you just have to maintain your composure. That's not what the Eagles need. The Eagles needed to skate 5-on-5 right now. giving Eagan a power play right now with a 2-goal lead is potentially, if they score here, that could be it.
Yeah, when I saw the hit, I wanted to use some words and think, we'll leave it as a stupid penalty. We'll leave it at that. But just pure frustration, I believe, by Wiggins that time. Here comes Cron. Avoids a little bit of a hook. He'll lead the rush for the Wildcats here on this power play. 2 power play goals tonight for the Wildcats. Or no, check that. 1 power play goal and 1 on 4-on-4. Cron in front. Can't quite get the puck to him as the Cats are going to circle far side. Here's Barbado. Nice move in front of the bench. From the circle, never gets the shot off. But they'll recover for Eagan. This will go to Lockenmeyer. Defended nicely over there by Apple Valley. All the way down. I'm not sure who that it went off of, but that had to hurt.
Nicely done that time by the Eagles. So Valley throws his puck out. Ill-advised because it creates an opportunity for a 2-on-1, but Apple Valley gives it away. Right. Chance goes begging.
Yeah, Ethan Gores with a good opportunity for the Eagles. Inside 4 to go. We got 49 in the power play. Wedward goes just wide. Gilmore kicks that one aside. And the puck does squirt free. We've got to hustle back for the puck. And the Eagan player is going to win that race. That's going to be Glide. Well, he uses man as a screen, blocked nicely by, I believe that was Lind for Apple Valley. We'll get back, trying to get a man coming down the slot. That was Olsen. And Cats going to be forced to regroup with 21 to go in the power play. After one more rush, potentially for the home team. Glide leading the way. That's Gus Glide, not to be confused with Gabe, who's been splitting goaltending time this year. Apple Valley is now back at full strength. Tried to get it to Olsen, and here come the Eagles. Tripped up that time, no call. There's Priest for Apple Valley, sends it wide in front. And over that time, LaValle took care of the McIntosh attempt. Puck might have went wide, but LaValle was making sure it did not go in. Little extra shoving behind the play by Roth and Benoiken. As the intensity, or I should say the physicality, has definitely picked up in this one. Puck can't quite come out. Valley keeps it in, and LaValle wisely hangs on. We'll get a stoppage. I like this. I'm looking down to the left here on the glass. Just off the left of the camera shot, there's probably about half a dozen little kids down there, right on there they are. Making sure they watch the big boys. It was part of those little chippers we saw earlier. Those Vegas Golden Knights. And then, of course, we've got the big boys who were at one time little chippers. All the way down. Lockenmeyer aggressive against Lind. Lind able to backhand it out. Barbado couldn't quite control. Instead, it's going to be Apple Valley with Ranning. Got the lone goal tonight. He'll leave it. Kreisman shot. LaValle will save. Puck is loose. Puck is not in the net. Kreisman, great opportunity. LaValle, even better. And we'll have an icing on the Wildcats.
Oh, Trick LaValle. Let's check out this replay. Watch this. A great drop pass that time by the Eagles. Kreisman's he's one-on-one with LaValle. LaValle spreads out the pads. Gets down on the ice, doesn't let him tap it in. Couldn't lift the puck over the pads. By then, all the Eagan Wildcats were coming to the rescue, and nicely cleared that time by Goyle, I think, for the icing. Nicely done that time by the Wildcats. Trick LaValle keeping the Wildcats in it, not conceding here a second goal.
16 saves for Trigatron. We're down to 1:54 to go here, second period. Again, Cats have the lone 2 goals this period. Woodward at 1:20, and at 7:35 it was Barbado in a 4-on-4 situation. Valley looking to get this to a 1-goal deficit after 2. 99 seconds to go in this period. Too far for Phillips. Hustling is Jensen. Jensen controls. Tried to get it back to Phillips. Was kicked away by Apple Valley. Phillips ridden hard into the boards. Student section looking for a call, not going to get one, and Phillips is down. So Jensen is in there, and
I don't
everybody's okay. Yep.
I don't think they're going to call a penalty. I'm kind of curious as to why they blew the play dead.
I am too.
Phillips went down in a heap. it was not a penalty. He was losing his balance, Mike, I think, and he was off balance. And the Apple Valley player just said, how about if I help you to the ice? You know, and so no penalty to Apple Valley. That's the right call. But I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious as to why that play got blown dead.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's to Eagan's benefit, but I still don't understand it.
Long shot. Gilmore watches that one. Thought it went up into the net. It didn't quite make it all the way over. Roth for the Wildcats. Skates around Wedward. Tries to center it to Olsen. Intercepted by the Eagles. And here comes Valley with an opportunity with a minute to go in the second. That's the full course. It's got to be Britt getting in deep for Apple Valley, number 21. He's their top goal scorer on the season with 5. In front opportunity. And the shot never got off that time. Eagan able to knock it out past the Eagles' blue line. Here comes Cron. He's got a man down the middle. Couldn't quite get the cross. Cron tries to get it across. Still a nice play by the senior trying to go from one captain to the other. Couldn't quite connect though with Lockenmeyer. Then we dump back in and wide. And that's going to go all the way down. Should be an ice on the Eagles, and indeed it is. 18.5 to go. You know, Coach Carlson was talking to us the other day about how they've been communicating better on the defensive end, are the Wildcats. I looked down there in Barbado and Cron, you could see them like with hand signals to one another. You know, you got him, I got this, you got that kind of thing. Really good to see there by a couple of leaders on this team. Barbado, long shot. Gilmore steers that one aside. That's his 16th save of the night. Valley tries to bank it on the boards out to center. Here's Ranning. 3 seconds. Can he get a shot off? He does. The Valley kicks that one aside. And we'll go to the locker rooms with the Eagan Wildcats. 3 goals. The Valley Eagles 1. Shots are 18 apiece. And don't forget, by the way, Eagan TV is hiring production crew members. You get to be part of the team. You can broadcast sporting events, kind of like this one. You get to be at different community meetings and other community events as well. Also get the chance to shoot, write, edit video for the cable channels and social media, part of the role as well. So for more information, check it out, the City of Eagan website, cityofeagan.com/jobs.
Oh, it's being part of an ETV team that really is, really is professional, really is great to be with. They make guys like you and me sound like, Buck and Aikman or Harlan and somebody else. After Kevin Harlan, there is nobody else. But
no.
But in any event, this is a lot of fun, and we sound and look great because of all the hard work that they do. By all means, get involved in ETV, and if you've got high school kids or college kids that are interested, hey, ETV's got stuff going on all year round.
So in the honor of Kevin Harlan, we're going to boogie oogie it out of this one into the break. After 2, the Wildcats are up 3-1. Third period action coming up shortly on ETV.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Susanna.
We're going to talk to you about on-ice
and off-ice safety.
Hi friends. We're going to talk a little bit about safety today before we get on the ice. One of the first things to look for is down at your feet. It's really important to make sure that you don't have laces that are hanging. You can either tuck them into your socks or into a pair of tight pants. That's so much better. The next thing that I want to talk about is keeping our heads safe. I recommend, whether you're 2 or 62, if this is your first time skating or your first time taking classes, that you wear a helmet. You can bring a bike helmet from home, or you can rent one here at the rink. It'll look just like this. I feel ready to get out on the ice now. How about you? I'm so excited to step out on the ice with you guys, but we have to talk about one more thing first so that we can be really safe. That's falling down and getting up safely. When I feel like I'm going to fall backwards, I bend forward, my knees bent, my arms out in front of me, and leaning forward. That's gonna keep me from falling backwards. If I'm still gonna fall, I'm gonna try to go down safely to one side. That's the easiest way to do it. When I'm ready to get up, I'll put my hands and knees on the ice. Put one foot up first, but keep my hands firmly on the ground. Put the other foot up, and then stand up slowly. If my feet are stuck apart, I can walk them in. I feel ready to get on the ice now. Let's go. We have to remember to watch our step, and we also want to look left and right before we get on, just like when we're crossing traffic. Whoa! That was Coach Susanna. Let's hear some more from her.
Hi there. I heard you are all ready to get on the ice. We're going to start off with our safety pose again because as you can see, we're on the ice and now it's really slippery. We're going to go over our safety pose one more time. Knees are bent, hands are out in front of me, and I'm leaning forward just a little bit so I don't fall backwards. When I fall onto my side if I can. I get on my hands and knees, one foot goes up, then the other, and I keep my hands on the ice until I feel safe enough to stand all the way up. A few more things to keep you safe. Skates are really sharp, so let's try not to kick when we're on the ice. When you do fall down, let's try and get up as fast as we can, and do so in a safe way. If you're ever in a lesson, it's really important that you are always listening to your teacher. And a really good way to show that is your feet are nice and quiet. The other thing we want you to make sure that you do is to take your time. Whether it's new or old skills, just for your safety and your friend's safety, we want to make sure that you're going nice and slow so no one gets hurt. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprung from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash. I tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As the dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle and mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes they were tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
I was more than happy to participate in it, actually being a former student athlete here at the high school.
The ladder is an acronym: leadership, accountability, determination, discipline, empower, and resiliency.
It's make sure you do your part, make sure you do your thing, make sure you get one step at a time and make sure you do your stuff, but at the same time, you gotta bring people up on the ladder with you.
Being able to do a photo with the fire truck, especially with the ladder, and climb the ladder with it was pretty fun.
It's really nice as a football player to know that you have a community behind your back and that you have people there to support you.
Ho, ho, ho! You're watching ETV.
Well, let's take a look at what's coming up on ETV, and these are all, Santa did give us approval on all of these. We got boys hockey coming up Thursday night. That'll be the last ETV broadcast of 2021, and then once the calendar kicks over to 22, look at that, you got swimming, boys basketball, girls hockey, girls basketball. Again, all that stuff is going to be, on the, some will be on the channel, it'll all be live on the web, archives on the YouTube page. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your families of friends.
Yeah, tell everybody.
Exactly.
Tell everybody. I mean, there's nothing better than, you got Tom and Barb up in Duluth. You got Grandma Bettina in Bradenton, Florida. You got all sorts of people all over the country.
Yeah, Lois is in Monticello tonight.
That's right. Absolutely. It's a great way to keep track of what's going on here with Wildcat Sports and our ETV crew, our Crackerjack Emmy-nominated ETV crew.
By the way, speaking of which, tonight we have Joe Chupik running camera. Dalton Gruber's in the truck. Again, he's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook, and we're happy to be with you wherever you're watching us from, whether it's here in Eagan, over in Apple Valley, or you're in Apple Valley, California, or wherever.
You could be just about anywhere. But the great, the good news is here is we've got a South Suburban hockey game that's got a third period to play. It'll be very intriguing here. I mean, are the Wildcats going to come out and play the way they did in the second period, really limit the opportunities that the Eagles have, take advantage of opportunities, or are the Eagles going to come storming back and take some momentum here early in this third period?
Well, we're going to find out. Cats moving right to left, home white, Valley road yellow, left to right. I'll be real curious if Apple Valley comes out, maybe takes a few more chances right away to try to get within one early. And if they do that, are the Cats able to capitalize on that aggressiveness? As they crank out a little Metallica here on the sound system inside the Civic Arena. A little Enter Sandman. Cats are going to just dump this one all the way in. And that's something too, are the Wildcats just going to be content to do that for 16 and a half more minutes?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you they better sure as heck better not be, because these Apple Valley Eagles are going to be hungry.
But they're off sides right now. But no, I agree with you. I don't think you can't sit back if you're Eagan.
Absolutely not. I mean, this is a program that is taking baby steps forward towards what I would call respectability in the South Suburban Conference. This is a situation where the Wildcats, if you're a Wildcat fan, you want to see the Wildcats hang 2 or 3 more here on the scoreboard and really put this game out of reach, get into even running time. If you're, that's really what the Wildcats need to do. The prescription for the Eagles is to do just the opposite. Like you said, get a quick one, and hopefully something good happens here late in the third period.
Puck's going to go deep into the Wildcat zone. Is Apple Valley able to keep it in? They are ever so briefly charging in from the point was Benoiken, and puck back in. Valley tags up. The aggressive on the forecheck that time are the Eagles. I believe. Out in front opportunity. That goes just wide off the stick of Larson. That was Arndt that was in deep on the forecheck for the Eagles. Adam Wiggins, the third man of that top trio for Apple Valley. Yeah, Cats able to poke that one back out to neutral. Here's Wedward, avoids the falling Apple Valley Eagle. Wedward's had another nice game tonight for number 10. He's taken down right in front of the Valley student section. Minute and a half gone by in the third. Larson for Apple Valley tries to center it to his teammate Wiggins. Nobody there wearing yellow. Instead it's going to be Hansen, pokes it out. And Apple Valley was going to be forced to tag anyway, but puck out of play. 15:22 to go in regulation. Coach Todd Carlson, the Wildcats, looking for that second straight win.
Yeah, I understand he's wearing the same sweater he was wearing on Saturday. So, hockey players, hockey coaches, very superstitious. Not surprising.
All the way down Barbado, and it is going to be an icing. And I don't know if he was on the camera, but Barbado, as soon as he shot that, had that head back, like, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
Yeah, it's decision making here by the Wildcats. That's the kind of decision making that you can't have. You can't, you cannot give the Eagles extra face-offs in your zone. Okay, when you touch the puck in your zone, the first thing that has to happen is that puck has to come out. I don't care what you do with it offensively, but it has to come out.
Lynch kept that one in that time for Apple Valley. Hatfield sends it deep. Kept in, intercept that time on the turnover. Nice job by Apple Valley. I believe that was Britt. Don't check that. That was Lynch that stepped up on the intercept.
What was I just saying about getting it out? The Wildcats had touched the puck about 3 or 4 times there with opportunities to chip it out, get it out, make Apple Valley a reset. They didn't do it.
Kind of ridden hard into the boards that time was Henry Martin, but the Cats able to try to get something going in the Valley zone. Puck up high into the netting. With 2.5 gone by, 3-1 remains our score.
I want to see good decision making here, especially by the Eagan defense, but also even by the forwards. Do the smart, simple, play simple, right? Play simple, play smart. Don't try to be a hero. You're up by 2 goals in the third period. Your number 1 job is to be smart with that puck.
Keaton Horry back at the left point right now for the Wildcats, wearing sweater number 2. Set his first varsity action. And Goyle gets leveled in the neutral zone, and he's slow to get up as Britt and the Eagles come the other way. Britt with a shot high up into the net, and Goyle has got a bum leg behind the play back at his own, back at the blue line.
Yeah. It was not a knee-to-knee contact, but it was a lower body to lower body contact. Watch here. Actually, I take that back. Well, it wasn't knee-to-knee, but it was, I think Coach Todd Carlson's talking to the referee right now saying, hey, wait a minute, was that a knee-to-knee hit?
Yep.
And it was lower body on lower body, and it wasn't what you would call a classic knee-to-knee hit, but
no.
At the same time, Coach Carlson's going to make sure the referees understand, hey, that's something we got to be careful of.
Yeah, and Goyle did need a little assistance. I mean, he was able to put weight on both legs, but it was definitely gimpy on the one leg, and he got some help. I believe it was Lockenmeyer.
And there's nothing in that. I don't think it's not a cheap shot or anything like that.
No.
It's just, but it's a play that they've tried to take out of the game because they don't want guys getting hurt. A nice block there that time by Lockenmeyer.
So Cam Roth is now up there between Gley and Lockenmeyer. Roth wears sweater 23. Valley nearly gets one there. 3 minutes gone by. We do not have a shot on goal this period. Till that. And of course, that shot from 180 feet away.
Well, and it came off, and oddly enough, that came off of an Apple Valley player all the way back on their own goaltender.
Here come the Eagles, 2-on-3. Woodward takes his man, that's Arndt, out of the play. Just to the side of the cage, Catholic to regroup. Dangerous play coming in front. Larson might have got away with a trip there. And here comes number 2, Ori, for the Wildcats. He and Woodward are going to chase it in deep. And we've got a whistle on the play because we've got a slash, I believe.
Yeah, Ori's stick came out of his hands, and it didn't magically do that. Race ipsa loquitur, the thing speaks for itself. The Wildcats are going to go to the power play. See if we can see here on the side what happens. Yep, absolutely. That's number 6, Hatfield, slashing Ori. Now, here's the thing. Both Ori and I want to say Roth, that last shift we're trying to do cute things around their own net. Knock that stuff off, guys. Just get the puck on your stick nice and clean, play it high off the glass, get it out. We don't need any turnovers right in front of Tricolour Valley.
4th power play opportunity tonight for the Wildcats. They do have 1 goal. Was back in the first period off the stick of Lockenmeyer. There's Cron. Lockenmeyer again. That was blocked by Lind. And that one hurt Lind, and there was some oomph on that shot. Lockenmeyer tries to go backdoor to Barbado. That's keeping it in. Lind, will he just send it down? He will. And that's going to go just wide. I'm going to see if Lind goes to the bench. He does, actually, as do 2 other Apple Valley Eagles.
It's a gutty block by Lind, no question about that.
There's Cron, he gets the Wildcats set up. Then Lockenmeyer, a little miscommunication there at center. They're trying to get something going shorthanded for the Eagles. McIntosh was in there as well. A little bit of breakout that time. Here's Wedward. Will he leave it for Goyle? He does. Good to see Goyle back out right away. Number 21 in white. Apple Valley again. Can they clear it out? No. Lockenmeyer with the intercept down low for Wedward. Tries to elude his man in the corner, but coming away with the puck that time was Benoiken for Apple Valley. Kept in again, Lockenmeyer. Now Valley's able to knock that one out. And the Eagles are going to change up 3 players behind the play.
Wildcats need to get into the zone quicker, and they need to be moving the puck left to right. They need to do something that's going to make the Eagles put them under stress. Right now, they're not doing anything. I understand there's a 2-goal lead. You got a power play, but Wildcats should be getting this puck into the attacking zone faster.
Speaking of fast, here comes Olsen. He's got some speed coming through neutral. Gets around the man, number 11. That was Lynch trying to check him out of the play. 18 to go in the man advantage. Down low, Roth spins, tries to beat a man. Trying to get Goyle back in the corner. Trying to find the middle. It was late. Olsen coming down the slot, couldn't quite connect. Goyle again, shot. Gilmore gives up the rebound. And can Apple Valley poke it out? Kept in that time by Gley. Quick shot, turnaround, Roth. And it's probably good that Gley was able to keep that in because Valley had a man springing out of that penalty box. And 1-on-3 for Apple Valley. Numbers not in their favor, yet they are able to come away with the hockey puck. That was Arndt who was serving those, who just came off the bench right after that penalty expired.
It was nice play by Arndt. Nice job that time, 1-on-3 to keep control of the puck. Wildcats doing way too much standing around, not enough pressuring.
Lind gets upended as he came around the net. Gley with numbers. Cats are going to be offsides.
Oh, Rowan Phillips, go to the sin bin. No, maybe not the sin bin. How about the naughty step? Rowan Phillips, go to the naughty step. That's what we have in our house when our 6-year-old is acting up. It's the naughty step, and right now, Rowan, you got to stay on sides for your teammate, buddy.
Shots are one apiece this period. That is 6:18 elapsed.
There's been a fair amount of up and down action, Mike Cook. You're kind of surprising. There's only been one shot for each team.
Cron turns, stops, can't get the shot out. Ranning runs into him back in the corner. Valley able to keep that one in. Trolling over on the half wall is Apple Valley. Stop, circle, back to the slot, and the puck does squirt free. Opportunity for Eagan. Martin, cross, and a goal! Phillips, 4-1 Cats.
Oh, the pest strikes again. Apple Valley's going to have to call, I don't know, what, Plunkett's pest control, because Henry Martin absolutely picked the pocket of, I didn't see the Eagle player. Does a nice job here, getting ready to shoot. The Eagle defender cannot get back, and Phillips on the backhand does a nice job cashing in. Martin with the helper, Phillips with the goal. Nice job by the Wildcats, and now it's 4-1, Mike Cook.
6:48 time of that one. I think it might have been Arndt that lost the puck. I'm not certain on that Apple Valley player, but I believe it was. Bottom line, 4-1 Eagan. Phillips gets ridden out at the blue line. And I would imagine Martin will get the lone assist.
That's a huge goal for these Wildcats. It gives them a real opportunity here to really be. Now I think you can be, if you're the Wildcats, you can be a little more conservative. You can do a good job of trying to keep this puck out of your own zone as Goyle brings it in alone.
Absolutely. Going to the forehand. I wasn't sure where that was, but he did make the save. Just ring it around in deep for Goyle. Out front, nobody there as the Cats were in the midst of a change. And Apple Valley brings it out the other way. Britt from an odd angle, that goes wide of the cage. Again, Devin Britt, the top goal scorer for the Eagles this season, 21. Number 21. Play back deep for the Wildcats. Tries to get it up ahead. Here's Gley with an opportunity. Gley stops, turns. He was shadowed by Gores going into the zone.
Nice job by Gley that time, keeping the puck under control, making sure he just didn't get turned over, making good contact with it, not to risk the icing.
Tried to jump in that time, knocked down by the Apple Valley players. Here's Ronning, he had the goal earlier. Was back in that first period. Eagles had the last three. And they have a 4-1 lead as we approach. We're 2 seconds away from the midpoint of period number 3.
Triglav Valley so far looking pretty comfortable down there in net, Mike Cook. I mean, he hasn't really in the first almost half of this period really been tested yet. I'm sure the Eagles have got to say, hey, we've got to get one here early here in the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, we might risk not being able to climb back into this game. You see the Wildcats make smart, fast decisions.
Comes Wedward, the puck, he's leading the rush. Olsen down there with him. Apple Valley turn, go. 3 Wildcats in the way. Barbado. Pass it off, can he get it back? No, bouncing puck. Barbado couldn't get a good whack at that. Kept in. Wedward try to go low, loses it. Olsen gets it back. Valley gets it back. Apple Valley send it out of the zone. They are able to. Trying to poke it at that time was Wiggins, unable to do so. And Apple Valley's going to change, I believe their front line. Block shot, and that was Breckeisen. That getting close.
Breckeisen.
Yep. We're getting close. He had the golden opportunity there. Gilmore with the big save.
I like the shot by Maxime Breckeisen. It's a shot on Gilmore's. Look, Gilmore's given up a couple of rebounds today, more than a couple, and so putting that shot right in his breadbasket and making him work is smart.
I'm glad you mentioned the rebounds he's given up, because I've thought of that a few times tonight. And whoa! No rebound there, but it's a goal for the Eagles. What were you saying, LaValle? That was just a bad goal there for the Eagan netminder.
Yeah, I think Triglav Valley wants that one back. Look at this goal from the far side. He sees this all the way in, and I think it hit his block. Did it hit his blocker?
I'm not sure, but let's take a look again.
I couldn't tell if it hit his blocker or not.
He beat him clean.
But he beat him far post, and that's if you're Trickle Valley, you got to say, wait, that's just not going to happen. That can't happen.
No, Apple Valley needed that one.
Absolutely.
McIntosh, by the way, with the goal. Didn't quite catch the assist on it, but bottom line is it's now a 4-2 hockey game. Apple Valley a little extra spring in their skates right now. At the center in front, Pika kicks that one away. I haven't mentioned Pika a whole lot tonight. He and Barbado, though, they've been playing well back there.
There's an opportunity there for Pika. Pika's got to get that puck off his stick faster. Turns it over, now it's a 3-on-2.
Grabbing the puck, it's loose. Cats playing with fire right now.
Absolutely. Pika's got to get that puck off his stick, high and hard off the glass, out of the zone. No mistakes. He turns the puck over. It creates a 3-on, effectively what was a 3-on-2. And Trickle Valley and a couple of other Wildcats there to pile on the puck. But that was a shot on goal or a scoring opportunity for the Eagles that should never have occurred. And that's, it's a learning moment. But as a senior, you got to be able to make that play.
You cannot have two guys on the edge of that blue paint right there like Apple Valley just had. And wisely hung on by Gilmore's. A couple of Wildcats were charging down the slot. And you see 6:48 to go in regulation. Eagan looking for their second straight win. Face-off is asking to be now to the left of the junior, Jackson Gilmore.
Wildcats could do a little bit better job. I don't know about you, Mike Cook. I think they could do a better job of winning face-offs. Not doing a great job of it.
I think you're being kind right there. Ori, Wedward in his skates, backhands it out of harm's way. Roth, I should say, tried to go through the screen. Used Lind as the screen, got the shot off, but Gilmore read it well. Cats able to keep that one in. Wedward aggressiveness briefly. Granding with a couple of nice moves. Then he make another move, and he gets leveled inside the zone by Lockenmeyer. Apple Valley students looking for a call. Randing looking at Lockenmeyer. Granding in deep again for Apple Valley. We're down to 6 to go in regulation. And Wiggins does stay onside. A smart play that time by Wiggins. Looked across. Saw his teammate wasn't quite out of the zone yet. Took that extra stride to the side. Ice is definitely tilted in favor of Apple Valley. And Valley might have got a piece of that one as it goes over the net.
Wildcats need to be clearing the zone every time they have the puck on their stick. Anything less is not acceptable.
Lynch read out by Lockenmeyer. Ori back to help out. Another turnover. Valley keeps it in the zone. We've got a penalty upcoming.
They're going to get Goyle for a hook.
That's what it looks like to me. It's definitely a hook.
And precisely what the Wildcats couldn't afford, and that's what they've given up here. You don't want to give Apple Valley the oxygen of a power play late in the game like this. It's going to be a big test here for the Eagan penalty kill, but Mike, the Eagan penalty kill has been pretty good this year.
Actually, they're going to get Pika, number 5.
Huh. I'm not sure how they got Pika there.
I'm not sure either, but oh well. Bottom line is Apple Valley's got a power play opportunity, and they're down by 2 with just over 5 minutes to go in regulation. Eagles need to get one here with this man advantage. In front, LaValle with another big save for the Wildcats.
Nice job by LaValle that time. He seems to do really well with traffic in front of him. He's quick down and quick to cover. Strong goaltender. As the senior netminder, you expect him to offer that type of security for these Wildcats. Shots almost. Oh,
I'll say 147 to go in the man advantage. You're right. Shots
almost even.
Yep. Again, another draw. Stays in the Wildcat zone. Cats dangerous in front. Can they get it out? McIntosh took a whack. Nope, it does come out eventually. And Apple Valley will be forced to regroup. That's Kreitzman back at the point. But check that. That was Lynch. My bad. All the way out. Yes, it does poke out as Lynn tried to keep it in far side. 1:16 to go in the Apple Valley power play. Britt, one touch pass. Tries to get it ahead to Priest. A little too far. LaValle kicked that aside. And Apple Valley's going to have to regroup once again with Hudson Hatfield. Hatfield, long shot. That was blocked in front by a sliding Wildcat. I think was that Lockenmeyer? No, it was Gley, I believe. It was Gley.
And Lockenmeyer's going to take a penalty here. This is really going to put the Wildcats in a bind. They have a 2-man advantage here for almost a minute. Wildcats, if they win this hockey game, are going to do it the hard way. Watch Lockenmeyer's arms, his stick are out. He hauls him down. Lockenmeyer's going to say, hey, wait a minute, this is my, I'm pushing with my arms. My stick is out there. I'm not really hooking anybody. And I think smartly, Wildcats are going to call a timeout here.
The Wildcats or Apple Valley?
Not sure they've made the announcement yet.
I didn't notice, but bottom line, it's going to be a 55-second power play for the Eagles. Great opportunity to make this a one-score hockey game as you see Chris Sikic drawing up a play there for his Apple Valley Eagles. Again, Apple Valley, they're home Thursday night against Lakeville North. Cats are home Thursday night against Owatonna. Both are 7 o'clock starts, and both schools having alumni games on Friday morning.
Wildcats here have got to be smarter than this. I mean, I understand that these are not the most egregious hooking calls and penalties. It's not like they're hauling guys down because they're necessarily lazy. They've got to be smarter about saying, hey, I can't put myself in a position where I'm going to commit a penalty, because that's unfortunately what's happened is they've given Apple Valley now a lot of oxygen. A 2-man advantage for 55 seconds. The rest, another minute of 5-on-4. It's going to be a real challenge here for the Wildcats. They're going to have to get a couple of good clearances. Otherwise, there's a good chance they could concede. And I like what Coach Carlson's doing. He's putting his top defenders and Goyle out on the ice. He's going to do what he can to really expect his seniors to carry him. Although I should say Goyle is a junior, of course, but he's a top line. He's our first line. He's the first line center. But Wildcats here have got their work cut out for them, Mike.
We've got Wiggins and Britt up top for Apple Valley. I believe that's McIntosh up there as Wildcats able to clear it out. It's a good start on the 2-man kill. Staying on side was Britt. Apple Valley wheeling through. That was McIntosh. Wiggins low. 34 to go in the 2-man. Valley Cats a much better job of keeping an eye on Wiggins right in front. They've got men right there. Long blast, and LaValle got it hit right in a Wildcat logo. Hatfield, great opportunity, but the blast was an easy save for LaValle.
Yeah, Hatfield with a nice blast, but you're not gonna do very much shooting through the chest of the goalie. It's possible, I guess, if you're Superman, but I don't think there's an S under that Apple Valley jersey. I mean, you got to go for the corners, you got to go for low, you got to go for rebounds. We'll see what the Wildcats can come up with here.
Apple Valley kept the same 3 forwards out. Can the Cats poke it out? This is going to be Britt. Tries to go short side, and he got it. 4-3. Britt for the Eagles. Watch this shot.
It's going to sneak over. Looks like it's going to sneak just over Trig LaValle's left shoulder into the top of the net. Beautiful shot by Britt. And the Wildcats are on the verge of snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory. They cannot afford to be stupid. Take dumb penalties moving forward.
Apple Valley still has 108 of power play. And here they come. Can they get the equalizer? LaValle with a huge save for the Cats. Look down at the Eagan faithful, and you can see a few heads being shaken down there like, what the heck? Come on, guys.
The security blanket notice Trig LaValle has once again helped to cover up a multitude of that time. Gley got beat at the blue line.
Pika gets taken down.
I'm not sure that could have been a penalty potentially there.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be too, but again, we play on with a 52-second advantage for Apple Valley. Phillips giving chase. Arndt with the recovery for Apple Valley. Hatfield, right wall. The Valley kicks that one aside. Cats try to fire it around and out. Gilmore to stop the puck for the Eagles. Egan's going to change up, I believe, all 4 penalty killers, or 3 of the 4. Cron stayed out, and he hits Britt as Britt tries to come into the zone. Big hit on Doyle that time by, it was by Lynch. 19 to go in the man advantage. Bad angle shot, LaValle steers that one aside. This will be Lynch up top, he'll wind, shoot. Oh, and Lynch, or LaValle reaches back, he wasn't sure he had it. Lynch that inches away from tying it up. Eagan now at full strength, Lynch blast! Couldn't connect on the tip. 5-on-5 hockey, here's Lynch, third opportunity. Tipped it down, tried to get it on the deflection down low and out. And they are gonna have the arm up. Will it be an ice? No, it is played that time by Gilmore. Inside 2 to go in regulation. Apple Valley's got the last 2 and momentum is clearly on their side. Can the Cats hang on and win this one? Back to Lynch, he pinches in from the point. He's taken out hard that time by Hansen. In front, a lot of yellow jerseys. Valley's keeping on the pressure. Valley just went to the empty net. 6 attackers for the Eagles with 1:31 to go.
Wildcats have got to do a better job of getting, they started there. If you watch the puck behind LaValle, he lays back down on it. Referee right there to make sure it doesn't go in, and it comes out, and Roth is able to chip it out, or either Roth or Barbado, I couldn't tell. The Wildcats need to win this draw, and they don't. They need a clearance.
Again, the net is empty in the Apple Valley end. Eagles, Hatfield, long shot all the way through traffic. LaValle once again standing strong. Goyle, can he get it out for the Cats? No. Battles in there for the Eagan Wildcats. Stop, spin, trying to think wrap around that time was Apple Valley, didn't happen. In deep for the Wildcats, pinching behind the play, 1 minute to go in regulation. Shot from way out, that never had a chance. That was deflected by Lockenmeyer. That stung the Wildcat captain. Kept in long shot, no, that was deflected aside that time by Goyle.
Wildcats have got to get this puck out, Mike.
Goyle had to check his timber. I think he thought he might have had a broken stick. Valley, intercept, neutral, opportunity, empty net. Goyle, no, it's blocked by Apple Valley. Puck comes to neutral. 32 to go in regulation. Kessler said looking to win their 2nd in a row. Apple Valley looking to have a great comeback, and they're going to go on the power play with 23.1 to go. There's a stick up on the face of McIntosh. There's a Lockenmeyer, I think, the guilty party.
If the Wildcats didn't call their timeout, now would be a good time to call it. Get everybody calm down. Remember, win this face-off. Get these guys, get this puck out.
Let's take a look at
Wildcats have played a good hockey game here tonight. For them to concede a 4th goal here would be absolutely devastating. The Apple Valley, I don't know if it's the girlfriends or the girls hockey team.
Girls team, maybe.
I don't know who it is, but they're all very, very excited.
And they're on the glass to our left. Remember when the shots were 18 apiece with about 10 minutes ago?
Eagles have really tilted this, haven't they, Mike Cook?
Yeah, 32-24 now, Valley. I want to say shots were like 22 apiece at one point. Valley looking for that equalizer. Hatfield. He'll way up top, shot deflected. Cats, can they clear? Wedward dumps it out. Apple Valley's going to have to hurry to get one last shot off. All the way down, it's going to go wide. Should be an icing, and it is, and the Cats are going to pull this one out.
Well, they made it interesting, Mike. They made it interesting, but they've managed to pull it off.
4.7 to go.
Coach Carlson telling everybody to calm down. Well, Gilmore's going to have to come back onto the ice.
And if you're Henry Martin, you just fall on this puck, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, that works too, because the Cats are going to be able to hold it out all the way back down. LaValle skates over to the student section, arms open wide. Cats hang on. 4-3 Eagan.
Well, they made it a lot more exciting than it really needed to be with late penalties. And I'm sure, in fairness, I think, Coach Carlson is going to say, I know exactly what we're going to be working on in practice tomorrow, what we're going to talk about, and that's discipline, game awareness, understanding that the one thing we can't do is take penalties, and what do? We take penalties. So, but credit to the Wildcats. LaValle, other than that second goal, yep. I think LaValle played a brilliant game and did a nice job. 29 saves, 2 shots that were going to be tough for them. The Wildcats got some goals from places they needed to get goals from. They got Rowan Phillips on the board. Barbado and Woodward, I believe, were the other 2 scorers, if I'm not mistaken. And so, those are, that's exactly what the Wildcats needed.
Yeah, Rowan Phillips gets the game winner. Wildcats hang on for a 4-3 win in South Suburban Conference play. That's going to wrap things up here inside the Eagan Civic Arena. Again, Dalton Gruber, producer, director, Joe Chupik running camera. He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. That's Coach Todd Carlson. And we'll see you next time for Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.